Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. So if you clicked on the video due to the title, then you probably already know that we are talking about multi-level marketing, or MLMs, aka direct sales or pyramid schemes. First, I want to start off by saying that the reason that I decided to do this video, which I never thought that I would do anything like this, but it's because I've recently been diving into this insanity for a few weeks now, and my mind is just blown at how much people are still falling into these traps. I just feel that it's really important to get this information out there. Although all of this information is available, you can find it all online, and I'll link everything below as well. I guess I just want to say that if you agree with me, great. If you disagree with me, that's fine. However, I feel that it's kind of difficult to argue with the facts, the numbers. The FTC has put a lot of information out as well, which you can also find online. Everything that I'm going to be talking about is available, and you can find it. We've all been there. We've all had some random person or somebody from high school that we never really talked to message us on either Facebook or Instagram being like, "Hey girl," or "Hey hon, how you doing? I see you're not working right now and maybe you want to stay home with your kiddo. I've got a great opportunity for you." We've all been there. And more times than not, this is the entryway into the conversation about their multi-level marketing opportunity that they have just for you to join their team. It's a trap, don't fall for it. So what is multi-level marketing, or MLM, you may be asking? Well, it's a form of direct sales, and it's typically done in your own home. It's where an independent sales rep or a consultant either sells products or services from their company to a customer. Basically, the multi-level aspect comes into play due to the fact that the consultants are required to recruit more people into their downline, and they do this by asking others to join their team or start their own business. And again, by doing this creates their downline, and the consultant that recruited you in will then earn some sort of a commission. And then you ask somebody to join under you, and they ask somebody to join under them, and so on and so forth. And as more people join in, the people above them start to earn more and more of an income. So basically you have the sponsor who will again recruit somebody underneath of them, which again creates a downline of consultants. When you're at the bottom of the triangle, you look up to the people above you as your upline. And these would typically be the people that you would go to for information or help, or they say that they're going to train you, when the reality of it is they usually get you to sign on the dotted line, and then they kind of just throw you in and give you the direction of reading a bunch of self-help books, posting tons of crap on social media, and they also, I think, school you in how to use a ton of emojis. In order to be a legal MLM, the company will give the illusion that they are solely set on selling a product or a service, and by doing this, that would be the main focus of earning money, and not by recruiting new members. However, typically in almost every MLM company that I've seen, yes, you can earn money by just selling the product, but the way to earn the most money, or to continue to earn a substantial amount of money, is to recruit new members. And it's something that they often push as well. Another thing too is they'll typically make these like insane claims: earn money fast, stay home, earn millions of dollars, get rich quick. And everybody knows that a get rich quick is not the answer, and it's 9 times out of 10 or 10 times out of 10 just a scam. And not only do they make claims like that, but they also make claims that their products will cure tons of diseases and be like the best foundation ever, and the products are typically junk. Super high price items, very little quality, and they're crappy. Like, they've even been known to cause illnesses, and it's just a big pile of crap. And sadly though, they still manage to pull people into these. Again, I just feel like I need to come out and talk a bit about it. They really target stay-at-home moms, military wives, people that are not bringing in any type of income at the moment. And I think that that's really what pulls people in, because who doesn't want to stay home with their kids? Who doesn't want to help bring in extra money? Who doesn't want to be rich? Everybody does. I myself have been in that situation. I was both a military wife and a stay-at-home mom, a new mom at that, and I got suckered in as well. With that being said, I'm not some like angry past consultant that is mad because I didn't make a bunch of money, but the reality of it is that I really didn't make anything either. I spent more money on my entry fee than I made from working. If you're really getting a job with a legitimate company, you're not gonna have to pay $99 or $5,000 to become an employee. If you have to pay to play, then there's something wrong there. A lot of people will argue that are in these MLMs that the numbers are wrong, that it's not a scheme, that it's not a pyramid scheme because they're illegal. Well, just because they haven't been caught yet doesn't mean that they're legal. They've just found a loophole to continue going, and the FTC just hasn't caught up with them yet. But their day's coming. According to the FTC, 99% of people that are recruited into these MLMs will lose money. So that actually means that only 1% is making money, and that doesn't even necessarily mean that they're making a ton of money. It just means that they're bringing in some sort of income continuously each month. Now, whether that's $1 a month or $250,000 a month, so be it. But only 1% is bringing in money. And I feel like you have a bigger chance of winning the lottery, like big time, than making money working in an MLM. A lot of times these huns will be like, well, if you work a corporate job, then you're working in a pyramid scheme because you have the CEO and then you have each person underneath of them. Yes, but at the same time, you don't have to pay to get a job at a corporation. It doesn't work like that. They hire you in, and you're not responsible for other people necessarily. If you go in at an entry level, you're working, you're getting a paycheck every week, and like they throw out, oh well, work your corporate job and don't get a raise for 5 years. I don't know what kind of a corporate job they're working, but it's typically a yearly basis that you get a raise. And again, this is steady income. You're in a stable income environment, whereas with an MLM, you're not guaranteed a paycheck. So like I said, with the companies claiming to be legal MLMs, when the FTC catches up with these companies, they then force them to restructure their business model, or even some of them have been shut down. Many of them have had lawsuits against them. A lot of the bigger MLM companies have had many lawsuits against them. LuLaRoe being one, Herbalife, Unique. There's quite a few more that have had lawsuits slapped against them for their faulty products or claiming things that are not realistic. Regardless of what your stance on the issue is, they kind of almost brainwash their huns to give this empowering women outlook, when the reality of it is the fact that they are just tearing women down by taking all of their money. So I stumbled across this Instagram page, and it's for Monet, Monat, Monate, however you want to pronounce it. And at first I thought that it was a joke until I realized that no, it's not. And I'll show you guys some of this stuff and we'll kind of go over it, but it really just, I could not believe how absolutely ridiculous this was. So the first one here, when you hear someone in the next room talking about their split ends, like, what? It's true. They really are like vultures just aiming in to swoop up their prey. The comment section is just ridiculous. Or literally any hair problems. Like, of course, yeah. Like, let me help you. No. Me at work, like, seriously, they latch on to anybody they can. Like, they don't even care if they know you or not. They'll be like, hey girl, I know I don't know you, but join my team. Give me all your money. When Monet drops flash sales the same day we get paid, coincidence? I think not. Like, oh my god, no, it's not. Because again, all they want to do is take your money. You guys are literally going to be the ones buying it. I think that they don't even realize this either. The consultants are the ones that are typically buying the products. There really aren't many people that are not already involved in these MLM companies that are purchasing these products. There's not a huge demand for them to supply outsiders with their crap products and services that they're offering. So yeah, it's not a coincidence that the company is going to drop a flash sale the day you get paid, because they want you to put more and more money into the company that you work for, just so the ones at the top can make more money off of the ones at the bottom. It's crazy. Oh my god, this one's great. Your Monet paycheck when it sees you're already spending it on a flash sale. Like, yeah, listen to your dollar. It's crying. It's trying to tell you not to do it. Don't do it. Please don't. Seriously, like, forget the bills. Like, come on, people. That's what they want you to do. They encourage you to not make payments. Don't pay back your loans that you took out to start your Monet. Just keep spending it on products. Problem solved. No. Damn, this is me. So true. This meme was made for me. For real, why does this always happen? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's really the consultants that are buying the products and not outsiders. It goes back to that last one. Ugh, gosh. Here's a good one. Just because you haven't raked up yet does not mean you won't be successful in the business. But the moment you're not successful, they're going to be like, well, you didn't try hard enough, Karen. If you tried hard enough, then you would be at the top. No, it's literally set up to cause people to fail. Like, you're not going to make money unless you're at the top. Here's the thing. It's already so saturated from so many people joining and recruiting that it's nearly impossible for anybody to make a mass amount of money. You're not going to get rich on these things. And when these people drop out or decide not to be a part of it anymore, their upline will shun them. They turn on them, they're mean, they're pissed off that they are not making money for them anymore, and they turn on them. And their number one line when somebody quits because they fail at this is that they say that you didn't try hard enough. You didn't put in enough hours. You didn't work hard enough on this. But the way they get people to join is by telling them, oh, you can just do this as a side hustle, do it a couple hours a week, and you're going to make a ton of money. But that's not the case. My God. Oh, if you think Monet products aren't professional or that stylists don't use them, there's an entire page run by Monet stylists, but that's none of my business. I'm sorry, but a stylist, like a professional stylist, and a Monet stylist are two different things. Not the same, honey. Okay, hun? Again, there's a difference between like a legitimate real hairstylist and somebody that goes on this 1-hour seminar and becomes like a professional hairstylist. I see it in a lot of these MLMs that gear more towards cosmetic products. They'll take this 1 hour online seminar or this little class, and now they are skilled makeup artists. And if you really look at this and you dive deeper into this, a lot of these women have no idea how to apply makeup, let alone to be giving out tips. The people that they're selling this to that might not know anything at all about how to apply makeup or the correct way to do it, or like sanitary purposes, they know nothing about this, and they're looking up to somebody else that doesn't know anything about it. Like, they're not skilled, they're not trained, they know nothing about it, and that's where a lot of the problem comes in at, because they're giving them misinformation and it can cause a lot of issues. This one's funny. When people never like or comment or react to your posts, but they keep watching anyway. Well, the reason that somebody's probably not commenting or reacting to your post is because you're always badgering people to lift each other up by joining my team or buy this product that isn't going to work. It's like a bad car wreck. Like, you want to look away, but it's just too bad to look. You know, that's what it comes down to, because it's so ridiculous. There are so many people out there that don't want to buy this stuff. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on this. When Monet announces free Range Rovers for directors, okay. So a lot of the time, these companies will get you by being like, oh, do you want to travel? What about coming on these vacations? And, you know, you could win this car and so on and so forth. But you're not really winning this. Instead, if you do reach that point in the pyramid structure that you are able to take these trips with the company or win these cars or earn these cars, you're going to pay for it in the end. Either the company will pay for it by your downline earning a certain amount of money each month, which is usually a shit ton. And if they don't, then you're obligated to pay the payment on this. This is just a vehicle that's being leased out under your name. And the typical way that it works is that you don't get to pick what kind of vehicle it is, what color it is. It's going to have a logo for the company slapped on the side of it. And when it's all said and done, if your team has not made a certain amount of money that month, then they aren't going to cover the cost of it for that month. That payment, you're going to be responsible for it. And if your team ends up quitting underneath of you, you're going to be left to pay for the rest of this vehicle. So you're not earning it. The company isn't giving it to you for free. You're paying for it in one way or another, whether it be from sales from your downline for each month, or the fact that you're going to pay for it out of pocket completely if you are not meeting those criterias. Oh my gosh. Here's another one. It's kind of, you know, pulling towards that mom, that new mom, stay-at-home mom, whatever you want to call it. When you're fresh out of surgery, but hear someone start talking about their split ends. Really? Like, you can work from anywhere, even if you're in the hospital. I see this a lot too. Like, new moms that'll like just given birth or something like that, and they're like working from the hospital, about to give birth. You can work anywhere. Like, if you, a typical company is not going to require you to work while you're in the hospital about to give birth. You get maternity leave, you get paid sick time. Like, you don't have to work while you're in the hospital for any reason whatsoever. I don't think that I don't get it. Like, it blows my mind. And these hun bots will literally sit there and just cheer each other on, like, yeah, I'm working from, you know, my vacation, I'm working from the hospital, I'm always on my phone. And honestly, it really does destroy a lot of relationships. I have read where so many marriages have been destroyed by this. LuLaRoe is really big on kind of latching on to like couples, married couples, kind of partnering together to sell these products. So like if the wife joins LuLaRoe, they'll kind of encourage that the husband work walk along side by side with her and promoting, even constantly like doing their live sales and things like that. And if they're not working together, I've seen that it really just destroys relationships, because the wife's like this, yeah, well, I'm working, so sorry. You know, like they're just always on their phone and they have no idea of anything that's going on around them, in addition to just spending mass amounts of money to continue to stay in these MLMs. Because you also have to sell a certain amount each month, and if you're not selling it to people, then you're buying it to stay kind of like at that ranking level. So in addition to just constantly being on their phones and doing everything through social media, they're spending mass amounts of money and getting their family so far in debt that it's hard for them to climb back out. So like I said, if the couple is working together, the company is kind of gaining a bit more control, because if, say, one of them wants to get out but the other one doesn't, then it creates this sort of issue in the relationship, and it can really destroy marriages. I feel like I was really lucky when it came to the fact that I got out of the MLMs that I was in. I actually had joined 2 of them, I believe. It was 31, my husband was deployed, we just had our son, and I thought the bags were cute, so I don't even remember how I got suckered into this, like who it was that was doing this, but somehow I got suckered into it, and I didn't really go into it with the mindset that I wanted to make money. I really just wanted the bags, and it seemed like, well, I could pay $99 and get all of these bags, so that's really why I joined into that. And once I did, I was looking through all the paperwork and things like that, just kind of interested, well, like maybe I can make money, but it just seemed like too much of a pain in the butt to even try it, so I didn't do anything with it. I just got a bunch of bags out of it. And then the second MLM that I joined was Jamberry. They were the nail wraps that you put on your nails. And somebody that I knew was a consultant for Jamberry, and she kind of suckered me into it. Again, I was a stay-at-home mom at that point, and I was like, okay, like maybe I can actually make some money off of this, because, you know, that seems like a cool idea, little nail wraps and stuff. But I mean, I think I did a few parties online, I did a few in-home parties, but I did not enjoy constantly having to bother people and nag them about joining my team or buying my products. This is when I really noticed that it was all like online based, like they wanted you to do everything through social media, and I just didn't feel comfortable with doing all of the things that they wanted me to do. Sure, I maybe made $50 for the whole 6 months that I was doing it, but again, I mean, sure, I didn't give it my best shot, but I really didn't want to do that because it was just a pain in the ass. But the girl that I was under, I know that she really did bust her butt and was constantly working at it and pretty much made it like a full-time job for herself, and she really didn't make anything either. So if you put her and I, you know, side by side, me barely doing anything and making $50 in 6 months, her busting her ass and barely making $50 in 6 months, like, you know, it just goes to show that no matter how hard you work, you're really not going to make that much money unless you're towards the top and you have a bunch of people underneath of you and you're making money off of them kind of joining in on this. So, you know, it's very unhealthy, and I think that a lot of people start to get sucked in because I think it really triggers the whole spending addiction and like kind of getting this high each time you get a new package. You know, you're constantly ordering and placing these orders, and then almost even creating a high if you get somebody to join. And it's unhealthy, it really is. There's so many different things. I can go on and on all day long. Yeah, if you guys want to hear more, I can start diving into each one of these MLMs and kind of break down their business model, because even though every one of them are the same, like they're different also. They all have like different ways that they operate, the different things that they offer, different compensation plans, just all this stuff. It's insane. I have never seen something like this, and I know that the FTC is really trying to crack down on a lot of these, but at the same time, some of them are still getting away with it due to the way they have things set up. But again, they're really diving into this, and I think we're going to start seeing a lot more of these MLMs, these pyramid schemes kind of be shut down or being forced to restructure like they're already doing with a lot of these. So yeah, if you want me to sit down and talk about a lot of these, just let me know. I can dive into them, and I think it'd be very interesting to kind of just look and see how each one of them are structured and where they're going with it. Alright guys, well, thanks for hanging out with me and listening to me talk about this insanity that I've really been diving into. Let me know how you feel about this as well, and if you've ever been sucked into one of these MLMs and, you know, all that jazz. I'm curious to hear how many people have had a similar experience that I've had, or have been kind of off on the sidelines watching this dumpster fire kind of happen. Alright, well, I will see you guys next time. Bye!